Hi, my name is Chang Liu. Today we talk about a very important topic. How do you get rich from your startup activity? How can the entrepreneurs really get rich? Many people are interested in entrepreneurship and they think that somehow this will lead to happily thereafter. Rich, free, passive income, so on. But exactly how? This is a part where nobody teaches you. I want to shed light on some of the critical steps. Now, in order to become rich, think about money as water, okay? Don't think about money as money. So let's use an analogy of water. If you want to have a lot of water, what is the best way you can guarantee that? Do you build a big swimming pool? Do you live in the Arctics to freeze them? There's all kinds of techniques. But let me tell you the secret that rich people really do. What rich people do is they live next to a river. Okay? If you live next to a river, you're guaranteed to have money, right? Anytime you want water, here, remember, water is money. You have it. So how do you get to live at a position next to a river? Well, today we're going to talk about everything backward. Okay, if you have a position where you live next to a river, you can get rich. But how do you get to a river? Well, all the river banks are very crowded with all kinds of people. The way to do it is to build your own ditch, is to have your own channel. Once you have products flowing from one end to the other, to the customers, you have your own river, right? You get rich. Now, some of you might be saying, I just want to be an engineer. I just want to do a good coder. I have nothing to do with this. I just want to make good products. Well, the trick that nobody tells you, or nobody tells you early enough, is that if you only have the product, let's say a SaaS code or some kind of hard tech product, if you don't have the channel, nothing will reach the end customer. You don't get rich. Building the product does not get you rich. Okay, so the key is to build the product. If you want to have a good product that makes money, you have to provide value. Okay, a lot of people ask, what makes some people buy something? Well, they see value they want to keep. They buy something. Let's again use the example of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola makes a bottle of drinks. What makes people buy it? It's sugar water, unhealthy. Okay? Why do people buy it? Well, people want it for refreshment. That's the value they perceive. That instant refreshment when you get in the summer, when you're thirsty, that's priceless. That's priceless. So the way that Coca-Cola convinced people to buy it is to give them a very low price. Okay, people say, oh, that's worth it. And how does Coca-Cola make money? You want to be the owner of Coca-Cola. How does Coca-Cola make money? Coca-Cola makes money by controlling the cost. The cost is lower than the price. Maybe Coke makes 10 cents from each bottle, but overall it makes 100 million bottles. It sells 100 million bottles. Okay, so let's retract. I have talked about the art of living by the river, and I mentioned to you that if you want to get rich, you have to dig your own trench. You have to dig your own trench. Nobody will let you share their trench, okay? No one is that nice. You have to dig your trench. But how do you make a product? The product has to be well made to have a value. Here's another picture of the trench. Product and consumer. The product goes into a store and the end consumer comes into a store. This is called a channel. This is called a funnel. This is a trench. If you own this trench, you're rich, okay? You're rich. Amazon is founder is rich because he owns a store. Walmart founders are rich. They own the store. They have this. All right. So if you want to get truly rich, you want to have this. A lot of people want to do drop shipping. Well, what is drop shipping? Drop shipping is an e-commerce website, which is a store. You're drop shipping stuff that other people made in China to consumers in America. That's what it is. Okay, you're trying to build a trench. It's very hard to build that trench. So what is the art of building the funnel? Now, people do not make a decision about buying something just because you approach them, say, hey, would you like to buy a solution to the third most important problem you have in your life? People don't do it, okay? People don't buy it. First of all, they will take a lot of time to think about it, and then they will haggle the price. Trust me, the customers who haggle price with you are the ones that are closest to being converted or to a true customer. But people have to come to you through a funnel. They have to be drawn to your store, drawn to the store, like a fish, a school of fish going through a trap. Okay, they have to do this. Because if you go out and try to catch individual customers, the cost is too high. Spend 30 minutes doing that. How much is the value of your 30 minutes? How many 30 minutes do you have in your life? You cannot do this. You have to have a funnel. Okay? So this is a part that schools do not teach people. Unfortunately, they don't teach you how to get rich. They want you to be a good employee. How do you make products? How do you funnel people? And how do you own that store? Those three things have to be your own skills. Okay? Now, how do you do this by yourself? How do you go from being a school graduate to being rich? Well, it turns out that it's not so linear either. Okay, you have to go from having a job to having a mindset. The mindset is a trench digger's mindset. You have to know how to dig that trench. And from there, you have to take the risk to learn how to build the trench and how to practice this whole deal. Okay? Have to learn how to practice the whole deal. And in the end, you have to go startup. The startup may result in a failure. The trick is to not to make that failure become fatal. Okay, failure is okay. It's just access to knowledge that schools do not teach. So I mentioned this whole process of how to get rich. I go from being rich to you. Okay. To get rich, you have to dig the trench. You have to build the product, learn to do the funnel, and learn to sell. And from there, you have to approach this from your own career perspective. And that's how you do it. In the end, you have to make a good product. You have to build a great funnel. You have to have a great store. And then you can rest at home. Okay? Startup is spending 3 years doing 20 years of work. And that's how it goes. Thank you very much. I'll see you in future episodes.